I think we're live, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are live. We are live, guys. We are live, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. So, live, guys. We are live, guys. there's the echo. Alrighty, guys. So let's have a bit of a market update on what's going on right now in the markets and why I believe possibly we're getting ready for some sort of a bounce in the markets. So we're going to be looking at that today. We're looking at what's really going on in the markets and how we can benefit from that as well too. So let me finish my tea here and then we're going to get started. Welcome, guys. Welcome. What did I used to say for you guys, for you people that have been following me for a while, old clients? Do you know what time it is? Wow! It's market update time. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, something like that anyway. Yo, Savage. What's doing, my man? Alrighty, so let me bring up the typical. Hey, Tony. Great to see you guys. Alrighty, so where is? Oh, Lane, you remember that, do you? Do you know what time it is? Wow! I'm telling you guys, like I had some of my private clients when they first watched some of my videos, and I started the video like that, like, do you know what time it is? Wow! Well, some of my private clients were like, who's this dickhead? Yeah, so it's like, who's this dickhead? But then, you know, apparently this dickhead became a private, and they actually signed up to my private coaching group for 2 years in a row. So there you go. Alrighty, guys. So let me I want to bring up the typical disclaimer here, guys, before I do get started on there. Alrighty, guys, do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this session today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and trading does take you a long time to become a good trader. And there's so many areas you need to know, or there really is two main areas you need to know about trading. One is your foundation, which is focusing on a good trading setup. And the other one is consistent discipline and patience in the markets. And before I do start, guys, well, let me just do this here. Before I do start, if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you grab the trading course. There's a flash sale at the trading course. And if you haven't done so yet, get the free trial to the Master Trader Lab there as well too. And if you do want to email me anything, guys, then this is my email. If you're interested in my private coaching group, where you get access to my #1 strategy, let me do this here. Just type in the email address in now. There we go. There's my email address. If you want to email me anything, if you want to check out, if you want to apply for the private coaching group, then that's all in there as well too. Let's get straight into the markets now, guys. The first thing I want to start off with, guys, is that the markets have been pulling back right now. Okay, the markets have been pulling back. And we're getting a real nice, we're getting a nice pullback through here. But one thing you want to look out, guys, when it comes to the markets, okay? When it comes to the markets and when it comes to trading the markets, one thing that I have noticed time and time again is that the strength in the move really does tell you, give you a good sign of what's really going on in the markets. Now, what I mean by that is this. If we look at what's going on right now in this markets, okay, so we look at this, say 3-4 months worth of movement here, okay, so we have a nice move up through here, and then we have a pullback through here, right? A nice move up through here, and then we have a pullback through here. Now, notice the pullback. We're still to this day. Now, we are getting a pullback, okay? I'm not going to doubt about that. And as I said before, right, we were expecting some sort of a pullback, either a sideways movement or a pullback. So we're getting that. Now, I didn't know when that was going to happen, but we're getting the pullback right now. So when we're getting the pullback right now in the markets, look at the strength of this pullback. Notice how it's actually still very, very weak. Like we're not getting, it's not like we're getting strong red candles, right? Like this one here and this one here, right? It's not like we're getting very, very, very strong red candles. So it's actually quite a weak pullback, which means there's a very high probability chance of this thing running up. Now, one thing I also want to talk to you about is something that's happening on the Dow Jones. Now, before I get to the Dow Jones, I want to pre-frame this. Generally what happens in the markets, and sometimes what happens in the markets, okay, sometimes what happens in the markets is that we will generally get a volume. If the market is going sideways and we get a breakout and we get a volume spike, that's generally the start of a move to come, okay? So if we get, once again, sideways movement, breakout, volume spike, that's generally a sign of a move to come. But if we've been moving in a direction for a while and then we get a volume spike, guess what? That volume spike is likely to be the end of a trend, right? Reading the volume. This is how you read this is how one of the awesome things that I learned about reading volume is that it's a really good indicator to see a high probability of a start of a move. That's why whenever I have my setup and all my trading rules, I make sure on the stock market, I make sure I overlay that with volume because it gives me a high probability that this is the start of a move. Now, if the move has already started and we've been going in that direction for a while, and then suddenly we get a volume spike, that's generally the end of that move. Now, we don't know how long the end of that move is going to be. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is that it talks about, like, we could have a move up, and then we have a move down, and then this move here could be the end of the move. Now, as you can see down here, right? If you look at actually down here in the markets, if you look at down here, guys, in the markets, look at this here. Notice this big volume spike right here. What was that? That was the precursor after we've been dropping down for quite some time, right? That was what? That was the precursor to what? The end of the move, right? The end of the move. Now, again, we're talking about big volume spikes here. So if I bring up my good old Snagit tool, I love Snagit, guys. It's a pretty cool, awesome teaching tool. Now, if you look at this here, right? This right here is when we got this spike right here. And notice the volume picking up, right? Notice the volume picking up here as well too, as the market had been dropping for quite some time. That's what? That's an end of trend indicator. An end of trend indicator. Now, if the market has been going up for quite some, now you don't always get the volume spikes, okay? You don't always get volume spikes at the tops and bottoms of the short-term moves. But when you do, it could be a good precursor, right? Like, look at this here. Look at that big volume spike there. What was that there? That was that point round about there. What was that? That was a end of trend indicator, right? Because at that time, we've been going up. We've been slowly stepping up for quite some time, haven't we? Then look at this. Look at the big volume there. That was what? The precursor for a downward move. Makes sense? So now, again, we're not talking about like an overall massive shift in markets, and it's not exactly that day, but around about that time is when we can start to see, okay, now the market's been going up for quite some time, and now guess what? Now we're starting to get a big volume spike around this level. Oh, we could be forming a bit of a top, which we did. Oh, look at this here. This is where the volume is. This is where the volume is. Oh, look at that there. That was the bottom of the move. Now, again, guys, it's all about looking at the volume spikes, right? The big volume spikes. So looking at that, let's look at the transportation average. And look at this here. Look what I noticed on the transports here. Bam. Right? Bam. So, and as you can see, right, like if we look at this last volume spike here was on this big red candle, right? So as I said before, look at this here. This point through here. Oh, easy, Tiger. You know what? Let's just do this. I want to take that off the screen. All right. So what do we have here? So this down bar here, what that down bar was indeed. I didn't get the volume there. Let's go on again. Take two. There we go. All right. So this down bar was what? This down bar here, was it at the end of a move or was it the start of a move, right? So we've been going up for quite some time, and then we had a down bar and then a volume spike. What was that? What was the indication there? That because we got a big volume spike and because we had a down bar, it was what? It's a high probability that we're likely to have follow through in that direction. Market came down, came down, came down. We got a loop. We actually, you can see here, right? We actually got a couple of volume spikes here and here as well too. Now, and that's actually what sent it up. Now, again, it doesn't work all the time. This one right here was around about this one right here, right? Which actually had a little bit of a bounce. Look what's happening right now. Look at this volume spike right now. And look what we've been coming down for quite some time. And it's also been weak as well too. Weak on the downside. And that's what we've been getting there. A very weak move on the downside. Weak move simply means that we're not getting very strong red candles. We're getting just slow red candles. Very high probability that we're likely to see this sort of action happening real soon based on this here. Now, again, guys, it's not the exact day. Someone said on my YouTube video yesterday, it's like, well, if, once the market turns and we get a reg and we get once the market turns, and then we had the bar, then it's too late to enter. You've missed the turn, something like that. And I thought, geez, really? I thought, if you can pick every single turn in the markets, then I'm going to hire you right next to me, and you can tell me when the turns are going to be, because no one can do that. No one knows when the turns. And what I was telling him, what I was talking about was looking out for wait for the market to turn first, and then go with momentum, right? So, the whole thing is that when the market turns, then go with momentum. When the market turns, go with momentum, so on and so forth. So as you can see, this is what's happening right now. So we're getting and as I said before, or yesterday's session, I talked about this whole level through here being a support level, and this is where we're at right now. All right, so this is where we're at. This is where we are at right now, in the markets. So the market's actually had a pullback towards this support level here with this volume spike. So we could be getting ready for and again, it's been quite weak. Notice we're not getting very strong red candles. Now, it'll be really interesting to see whether it does bounce through here. If we do get a bounce, we're probably going to make another run back up towards this resistance level back up here. And so looking at the S&P 500, really nothing there. And as you can see, right, look at this S&P 500. Like, it's just very weak pullback, right? It's not we're not getting strong red candles. It's not like, okay, this is a bear market rally. Here comes the sellers. It's like slowly going down. So that's actually a precursor to, to the buyers coming back in and starting to see this thing go back up again. So that's basically what we're seeing through there over the markets, and same with the Russell and so on and so forth. We are getting a bit of a pullback, but once again, guys, we made a higher high through here. This higher high is a warning sign that we're not in a downward trend anymore. A higher high is not a downward trend. So if we have a low, we have a high, a lower high, sellers in control, right? Down we go. Higher high. If we get some sort of higher low through here, guess what? Buyers in control, and away we go. That's just the facts about the markets. So yes, we're getting some selling movement through here, and same through here as well too. But it's not this is not a strong selling period through here. Moving on to silver and gold right now, we're still the gold price, right, is still holding around these major levels of this X marks the spot. These trend lines through. This is the weekly chart now. The gold is actually still holding around these support levels through here on this weekly chart. Go back to the daily chart, and gold is still holding through here. So we could be getting ready for another move back to the upside, and same with silver as well too. Now, silver has been dropping back off through to here, but once again, we do have a major level of support, which is around this major line through here, where it is through here. So it'll be really interesting to see. This here was definitely a high, bit of a double bottom. So if we create some sort of higher low through here on the weekly chart, and then we start to break up, that could be the start of a next move up through there. But for now, the market is continuing down. The short-term move is that we have created a lower low. So right now it's indecision. It's not a downward trend. The sellers are not in control. The buyers are not in control. It's more like a sideways market, trying to figure out where it really wants to go in the markets there. So that's basically what I wanted to focus on here, guys, in today's session, and really talk about really talk about these moves and what actually happened to the markets and so on and so forth, right? Because that's what I want to, because sometimes that's what the market can give you. If I go back to the SIL for a minute, SIL is sort of just, we're getting a lower low through here, but very, nothing really much going on through there. Again, indecision. We're not creating higher lows now. We're creating a lower low, so very indecision through there. GDXJ is actually finding a lot of support at that level through there. So we could be getting, this is that weekly chart here, guys. So this weekly chart is now finding a lot of support through here. So I'm expecting probably some sort of a bounce. The GDX, same sort of thing, right? We actually came down and now we're actually getting a bit of a bounce, aren't we? Actually, we're at this level through here, which is my area of support on that weekly chart. Look at that. Look at all that support now it's actually creating through there. So we go back to the weekly chart. We could actually be getting ready to hold here and now continue back up here. So SILJ. Oh, daily. Yeah, sort of same thing as well too. The SILJ is not very clear. We're still getting not very strong action through there, but the GDX and GDXJ is probably the most strongest through there. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. Let me go through some question and answer now. If you have any questions at all, then let me know, and we can go from there. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty. Wow, what a course on volume, John. Very interesting. No problem, Bo. No problem. Yeah, I've been studying these markets for a long time, Bo. So I have so many things that I teach people about these markets. When it comes to understanding these markets, I think, hope, or fear, it will bounce off support. Well, it's starting slow, but it could speed up fast. Exactly right. But looking at that transports, that volume spike right now, that's a bit of an indication, guys, that we could be getting some sort of a bounce through here soon. The thing is this, money. Okay, money. I see what you're saying there. Okay, on the IWM. Didn't anyone see the IWM? Yes. Okay. So you said, did anyone see the bearish engulfing? That was your key indication through there. Okay. The thing is that you can't trade just based on that alone, money. Because, yes, it did move down through here. Yes, it did move down through here, but you never know exactly what's going to happen. There was a bearish engulfing there, and it has actually followed through. But that's just based on luck there. It's not really based on anything. It's just based on, oh, well, look at the bearish engulfing. It means it's going to go down. Not necessarily. I think the non-farm payroll is coming out tonight, my time, morning, American time. You got short on QQQ on Monday. Isn't that interesting, guys? Isn't it interesting? A lot of people will come into the chat box, say, I know today's Thursday, but Monday I got into it. Hey, Rav. That's interesting. Yes, tomorrow's non-farm payroll. Tomorrow, American time. Tonight, my time. Maybe, Rav, maybe. But we have actually started this pullback in the markets here. So we could actually expect a bit more of a pullback through here, but it doesn't mean it's actually a change in trend, by the way, guys. It doesn't mean it's a change in trend. It just simply means that we're out there, especially once again, guys, by seeing this here, and because we actually did technically make a higher high, this pullback here could be short-lived. So it's very risky right now trading at all, guys. Especially when you're just trading based on, well, it's a bearish engulfing at the top of an extended run, can indicate a trend reversal. Possibly. I think it's very risky to be taking anything in the markets right now, guys, if you don't have any plan, because it's definitely not a good thing to do just based on what you think, hope, or fear will happen in the markets. So yeah, So that's basically what you want to do. It's all about sticking to a plan, guys. Remember that. Remember the two different things you need to be focused on for the long-term success, not just short-term success. It doesn't matter whether you make money on a trade today, guys, or whether you get it right or anything like that. What you want to make sure you're focusing on is building that foundation so you can have a consistency and a predictability of your outcome throughout the rest of your life. If you're not spending time building on that, it simply means you're building a trading system or investing in someone to get a trading system that's going to help you through that. And that's what it's all about. If we are always getting involved with the markets and we're never building that consistency or that foundation, and we're always looking for that short-term gain, the long-term pain is always going to be there, right? Because what good is it if you make money 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times right now, but you're still not confident to start to put more money into your trading account? So many people will say, I've just got a $10,000 trading account, and when I start to get good results, I'm going to put more money in. What if you start to get good results, you think get cocky, you put more money in, then you double up and you lose it all? You know what I mean? It's like, we need to make sure we're building a foundation there, guys. And the foundation simply just comes back down to, are you focusing on developing or investing in someone to get a system that you can invest in? And remember, guys, the one thing that I learned from my mentors, 2 of my 7-figure mentors, is that it's never the market that gets you. It's not the market that gets you. It's you that gets you. It's like one of my private clients who recently signed up to my coaching program. He obviously traded. He had a few losing trades, and he just blew me up because he had a few losing trades. Now, I knew that he wasn't following the rules because he just signed up to the coaching program. He didn't know exactly step by step what he's looking at, which happens a lot of the times with the private coaching clients, and they just don't follow the rules. And so I gave him a bit of a stick back, and I said, listen here, I don't appreciate the way that you're talking about that, and I said to him, show me the trades you took that actually met the trading rules. And guess what? No reply. So it wasn't the system that got him. It was his impatience. It was him still doing the same shit over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And so by doing that, guess what? By doing that, it was, by doing that, it was just causing him to go backwards. It was just he's in, and I said to him, listen, if because I know if you stick to the trading rules with my system that I trade, most of your trades are going to run out for profits. Sometimes small, sometimes big. But that's just the way it works. Most of the trades will, if you stick to the trading rules 100% of the time. And once you can develop that confidence over the next 6 months, 12 months, you start to build a really good platform of what you need to do for the rest of your life. So there is no guessing or hoping. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, ask any of my private coaching clients that have been with me for just even 3 or 4 months. They're like, yes, this is the most highest probability trading system on the planet. And when the rules are met, you have a really like a 90+% probability of this thing running on and making a nice profit there. The question mark is always not the system, not the market. The market's about 20% of your success. The 80% is consistency, discipline, and patience. And if you don't have that as a foundation with your trading, then you're not going to make it as a trader. You're going to be, 12 months from now, you're going to say, what, trading wasn't for me. Because you're not spending that time. And even though it's hard, right? Because we're so impatient, especially in this day and age, we're so impatient. And because we see all this marketing and stuff like that, like you can make all this money and look how much money I made and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, that's why I never flaunt or I never really talk about percentages that I make or how much money I make from trading and so on and so forth, because it does nothing to you. It really, really, really does nothing to you to say that. Like, what good is it? I've been trading the markets for a long time and I'm a good trader. So what good is it, if I tell you, how much money I made on one trade? Like, whoopee-doo day. I've spent over a decade now developing my confidence. Well, a decade and a half now, 15 years, developing my confidence in my trading. But that does nothing to you. It's like, because if I tell you how much money I make and then suddenly you join my coaching program, then suddenly like, oh, well, I can start making that as well too. Like, no. You know, and that's what it's all about, guys. And you know, it takes you a long time to become a good trader because there's really three things to trading. It's what you know, have you got a good trading system? Then consistency, discipline, and patience. And then on the third thing is like, are you really are you good at what we call trade management? And they're the three things you need to focus on. It takes you a while to do that. It takes you, and the biggest thing, it takes you a long time to be okay sitting in front of a screen for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and not take a trade at all because there is no trades. That's when you start to get it as a trader. It being okay. Like I'm telling you right now, guys, I don't think I've actually, for this entire week so far, I haven't taken any Forex or futures trades. You know, I haven't had any trades, but guess what? I had a really successful stock market trade this week. So it's just really, really interesting. You know, when it comes to that. So that's when it comes back down to your success, guys. It's like, you know, if you're serious about doing this, you really need to be working on those three things I talked about. The first step is your trading system. Like, are you actually even focusing on a trading system? And I know 90% of you guys right now won't be here 12 months from now. You'll say the trading wasn't for me or blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. You know, and guess what? Most traders, and the hardest thing about trading, guys, is that, which most people don't like to do, is you've got to look at yourself. Say, what am I doing to create this? What people tend to do is like, one of my recent private coaching clients, he took a few trades and then he obviously lost on those trades, but it wasn't following any of the trading rules that I told him. And then he started taking it out on me. Like, no. Let's take time out. Listen here, mate. You got to start taking fucking responsibility for your own actions. And you need to figure out, and you got to look at the have a hard look in the mirror, because it was you who took the trades. It was you who, it was you who did that. And if you're not going to have a hard look at yourself, guys, and take responsibility for your own actions, if you continue to point at other people for what's going on in your life, you're never going to move forward in life. You are never, ever going to move forward. And this is the hardest thing about trading. It really is. And most people are going to struggle with this. Most people struggle with saying, you know what? It's up to me to make this work. Because I always say to people, you say, oh, I lost $100,000 from trading this system. Really? Well, aren't you a dickhead for buying a trading system and then starting to throw all this money at it straight away without even really doing anything to build your confidence? It was your fault, not the system's fault. Because if you buy any trading system, you should test it real small for at least a few months for starters, to build your confidence, to know exactly what you're looking for, and then slowly go from there. But too many people's like, oh, I got this, boom, and they're out the gates, and then suddenly they point fingers and so on and so forth, which is not a good thing in there, guys. It really is not a good thing there. And that's where, like with any trading system, guys, it's going to take you a good 2 to 3 months of building your confidence within that trading system. That's why I say with all my private coaching clients, I always say to them, listen, it's going to take you a good 2 to 3 months of, one, understanding what a good setup looks like, and two, building that confidence by seeing my trades and my other private coaching clients' trades, and also you doing your own testing. It's going to take you some time to build not only what to look for, but to build your confidence in the system as well too. So, so yeah, guys. So that's basically what I didn't plan on talking about this sort of mindset stuff, guys. But this is the main deal here, guys. Really is. And I see so many people in the chat box every day, just getting in because they think it's the top in the market, or still getting because they think it's the bottom of the market, and it's not a good thing to do. It really is not. What do you drink, John, while making the video? Water, coffee, or whiskey? Definitely not whiskey. I'm not an alcohol drinker. What I drink first in the morning, I have a green tea with I have green tea, and with also lemon and ginger in it as well. So I have just a straight. It's just a straight tea. But I have there's no milk or sugar or anything like that. It's just I have a green tea. So obviously a green tea bag, and then also a lemon and ginger tea bag as well too. And then I let that sit for 5 minutes, and then I start to drink that. Once I finish that, this morning I'm also drinking some BCAAs because I did a workout this morning. So just helping with that. I'm also fasting this morning. And yeah, so I'm drinking that, and probably around maybe 11 o'clock today, I'll start to eat. And I always start off my day with the same sort of meal every single day. I have a cup of egg whites, 4 whole eggs, and then a very large green salad. I have basically a bag of spinach. I have a garden salad, plus also I have like an Asian salad as well too. And then I use the Asian salad dressing to give it a bit of flavor. And that's how I start pretty much most of my days. I'd have to say 90% of my days. That's how I started. And that's about 11 o'clock. And then around about probably 2 o'clock, then I might have some brown rice and some chicken and stuff like that. And then at nighttime, I basically eat whatever I want to eat. But how I start my day, guys, most of the days is I get up, I have a bit of a caffeine. I have a bit of a caffeine. I have a bit of a caffeine. Oh, Mike, that's Mike. When I say fasting, is that I'm fasting up to around about 11 o'clock. So it's still giving me around about 15, 16 hours because I stop eating around 7 o'clock at night or something like that. You know what I mean, Mike? So I'm still drinking a lot of drinks, stuff like that, but not really eating. But what I do, guys, is I get up first in the morning. I take a caffeine drink. I go to the gym, do a gym workout, do some cardio. I then come back, and then I squeeze a whole lemon into it, a whole lemon. I have 2 scoops of green powder and some fish oil as well too. And then I just scald that down. And then I have that first in the morning. Then I have a cold shower to help me with the inflammation. Yeah. And then after that, then I do some meditating. I do grateful meditating. I do one minute of just filling myself with happiness. I do another couple of minutes of just bringing some positivity and some energy into my body as well. And then I just start my day from there. You know, green tea and all that sort of stuff. So there's a bit of a morning for me. And as I said before, guys, one of the best things that really does help me with my health, that is what I do throughout the morning, right? So I'm having a half a liter with 2 scoops of green powder. I squeeze a whole lemon into it, some fish oil. I'm having green tea and lemon and ginger first thing in the morning as well too, by itself. When I actually start to eat, which is around about 11 o'clock in the morning, I'll just have some eggs, 4 whole eggs, which is the fats, and some cup of egg whites, which is more protein. And then I'll have a very large, like a very, very large green salad. As I said before, it's a whole bag of spinach. Now it's a small bag of spinach, but I have a whole bag of spinach. I have a garden salad, so I buy them already pre-made from the shops. So more spinach and tomatoes and cheese and stuff like that in there as well. And then I throw an Asian salad in there, which has got some carrot and all that sort of stuff in the Asian salad. And then I use the Asian salad dressing to give it a bit of flavoring. And that's what I start my day off with. Pretty much most days. And when I do that, that's given me so much goodness for my body that if at nighttime I want to have maybe spaghetti bolognese or a pizza or, some ice cream, I'm balancing it out with my body. It's called balancing the alkalinity out. I didn't realize I was going to talk about this sort of stuff. But I balance the alkalinity out in my body. And that's the most important thing that you're doing for your body, guys, is you balance the alkalinity out in your body. That's the reason why you guys are deteriorating. This is the reason why, and all that sort of stuff. And it's just we are, and all kinds of stuff happens when you're just throwing so much shit at your body. Like one of my good mates right now, he's had to start taking blood pressure tablets. And I thought, and the thing is that, Rav, you're going to throw everything at me, right, to show that this is the top. What happens if this is not the top in the markets? What happens if this is just a higher high, creative a higher low, and suddenly we race up to new highs? You never know there, Rav. So so yeah, so I didn't realize this was going to be based on diet advice, guys. But anyway, this is what it turned out to be, a bit diet advice. But yeah, you're still trying to be wrong and right with the market, Rav. Even if you do make money on this trade, who cares? All I care about is you're developing a foundation that you can replicate that for the rest of your life, not just being right now. Because I don't give a shit whether I don't give a shit whether you make money right now. You're still just they're still wasting your time. It's interesting because a lot of people are short in the markets right now, but then I also have a few clients right now that's saying that they're buying the dip. So yeah, interesting. Spinach and kiwi, fantastic. All it is, guys, when it comes back down to this health stuff that I'm talking about here, guys, all it is just making sure that you're getting a lot of greens in your diet. You know what I mean? Just try to get a lot of greens in your diet, like a lot of big salads. A lot of salads and stuff like that. Like, and as I said before, guys, I try to balance it out with my diet. So first thing in the morning, I'm taking green drinks like wheatgrass, barley grass. I'm drinking a lot of water, green tea and lemon and ginger on an empty stomach with no food in it. Do you know how much powerful that is? And lemon water as well too. Having cold showers as well too, and exercising on an empty stomach and all that sort of stuff. And then when I start to eat, I start to give it, some good healthy fat and some protein and a big bowl of spinach and all, a big massive container of salad. Do you know how good that is when you start your morning off like that every single morning, guys? You're giving your body so much nutrition. And that way at nighttime, if I'm watching a movie at night, I don't mind if I sit in front of the TV and have a whole pizza to myself, and some chocolate and maybe some chocolate and some ice cream, watch a movie, because I'm balancing it out in the body. As I was saying before, one of my good mates, he's known me for 10 years now, and I've kept telling him things to do to help him out with blood pressure, and now he's taking blood pressure tablets. But he keeps drinking alcohol, he keeps just eating shit, and I'm just like, man, you're going downhill real fast. Right? You're going downhill real fast. And it's sad to see, but I can only do what I do. And every time he sees me, he sees the health that I'm in right now. And I hardly ever get sick. And what I mean by that is that maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, I'll get sick. And whenever that happens, I just know that I'm pushing it too hard. Maybe I'm not sleeping properly maybe I'm not sleeping properly, or maybe I'm pushing myself too hard at the gym, or maybe I'm going through a lot of stress at that time, or something like that. There's something that just causes me to say, stop. But I've learned, I have kids, Money. I have kids. I got 3 kids. So there you go. Carbohydrates is not the bad thing there, Bernard. It's sugar. So if you have carbs but not sugar, then that's weird. Oh, I have kids, Money. I have kids. I have 3 kids. It's not the kids that make you sick. Oh, nah. Money, they bring that stuff home to me. No, that's BS, Money. Because here is the facts, right? Why do we get sick? I didn't realize this is going to turn into a health session, but anyway, here we go. Yeah, you don't have to avoid carbs altogether, Bernard. Like, you don't have to do that altogether. It's not the carbs, right? It's the sugar. That's why you can see a lot of people get into really good shape by having 400 or 500 grams of carbs, but it's more like brown rice and stuff like that. But anyway, Money, I want to talk about that. You said don't get sick, don't have kids. Okay, they bring that stuff home to me. Okay, so Money, what you got to ask yourself is, why do we get sick in the first place? Oh, because this person gave it to me. Okay, how did they give that to you? Oh, because they were sick and then they gave it to me. Okay, but how did your body actually get it? Oh, my immune system was down, and so therefore it was easily affected by the diseases. Yes, there are diseases out there, and you do sniff that in, and you do bring that into your body, right? There are a lot of diseases out there that your body can attach. But if your immune system is down, which most people's are, guess what? Yes, you're going to capture, you're going to get that disease. I've had ex-girlfriends and partners and even friends all say to me, oh, don't come to me because I'm sick. I'm like, get your ass here. Give me a cuddle. Give me a hug. It's like, I don't want to get you sick. I'm not going to get sick. And I don't get sick. Why? Because I do everything I can, the stuff that I'm telling you about, to keep my immune system strong. So if there's a lot of diseases in the air at that time, or my kids are sick, or all that sort of stuff, or my friends are sick, or sometimes my ex-girlfriend and so on and so forth, when I was with her, I'd give her a cuddle. She's like, oh, don't come near me, I'm sick. I'm just like, get your ass here, give me a cuddle. And I don't get sick. Why is that? Because my immune system says, oh, I'm gonna chew this up and spit it out, and it's not gonna affect me. The only reason why you get sick is because your immune system is down and it's very, very fragile, and anything can start to affect it. Anything can start to affect it. In fact, let me see if I can bring this up here. And how I learn all this sort of stuff, guys, is I learned this. I learned this when I was actually going through my cancer, because I actually had cancer. Oh, yeah, definitely the whiskey. Definitely the whiskey. All right. So check this out, guys. All right. So check this out. This is all right. So check this out here, guys. I want to share something with you. This here is a photo that was taken probably about 4 or 5 years ago, guys. 4 or 5 years ago. But look at this here. Right? Look at this here. Look at me on the left. This was 2009 when I had the cancer. Look how old I looked in the face. Look how run down I looked. You could see how I was overweight. I was really overweight, and you could see the cancer on my neck. Now that was it was lymphatic cancer, and that was the symptoms of what was happening through my whole lymphatic system. So I went through a stage 3 it was like stage 3 lymphatic cancer. Now I didn't do any chemo or radiation. I actually did it all naturally. And one thing I realized was exactly that. I realized, and then I started learning all about this alkalinity and so on and so forth from my body, and I did it all natural. I'm not going to, by the way, disclaimer, if you're sick and you got something, or you know someone that's got something, go seek professional advice. I can put that out there. But this is today, which was probably taken a good 4 or 5 years ago now. And I actually look pretty much actually a bit younger than that, right? Maybe even the same. Look at my face here. Now, this was taken probably, again, maybe 7, 8 years later. Look at my skin. Look at my skin compared to the skin here. Right? Look at my skin. Look how young I look compared to here. And this is probably a good 7 or so years after these photos were taken. So I'm trying to share with you guys, it's like my skin was a representation. Exactly, Colin. Exactly, right? Like, it's definitely me. Right? It's, and, if you see me today, I'm just like, I still am, let me actually just do this here. Like, if I let me bring this up here. Right? And now, look, this is what I look like now, right? See my skin? Right? Now I'm pretty right? So this is now 10 years later. I still look younger today. And yes, I'm wearing the Rocky shirt. I'm rocking it out. Anyway, I'll just I'll bring this back up to here. So there we go, guys. So that's what I wanted to that's what, and that's what this whole thing is all about, guys, is like, when it comes down to this whole sort of stuff, is like people don't realize that. right? People don't realize that. And so, and the thing is this, guys, is that most people are willing. Yes, X200. Yes, I definitely did that. Here's the thing, guys, okay? Because when I was going through my cancer, I was the attitude of I created this myself. Most people was like, well, I didn't do this. I just got this, and so therefore I need to put my hands in the doctors and so on and so forth. And so that's basically what happened there, right? So sorry, guys, I just got choked up a minute. A thought just came to my mind. Golly. Anyway, so yeah, so it was at that time, right, when I had the cancer that I had to take responsibility for my own actions. So I went searching not to how to cure cancer, so on and so forth. I'm like, I started studying how does the body really work, right? How does the body actually really work? Like, what is it? And how does it actually really work? Because I wanted to get to the bottom of it, right? I wanted to get to the bottom of what was going on. And then I realized this here. Look at this here. Look at this, right? And this is where everything started to change for me. Dr. Alton Wartenberg. Cancer cannot survive in an oxygenated alkaline environment. The prime cause of cancer is the replacement of respiration of oxygen in normal blood cells by fermentation of sugar. All normal body cells meet their energy needs by respiration of oxygen, where cancer cells meet their energy needs in great part of fermentation, which is basically sugar. That's the reason why, guys, it's the sugar that's creating the cancer in our bodies. It's not else. Now, guys, I have sugar. Why do I have sugar? But remember, I try to balance it out. The whole point of this here, guys, is once I started understanding this, essentially what that means is that the more, basically the more alkaline your body is, the less you're going to get sick, the less the cancer cells are going to grow. So if you try to keep yourself in a nice alkaline environment by trying to sleep properly, green salads and all that sort of stuff, the more you do that, the more you keep yourself at a much more higher alkaline environment, the less sick you're going to get. Like you saw with the photos, right? You see it in the face. You saw it with today. The less sick you're going to get and so on and so forth. That's a fact by doctors. And so once I started to understand that, then I said, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to start to reverse this for my cancer? And all I did is I went 100% alkaline, which was simply just meaning I was living like a rabbit, basically. I was having salads throughout the week, and then Sunday, I had 7 liters of green drink. 7 liters, that's all I had. 7 liters of green drink on a Sunday, and Sunday, 7 liters of green drink. And Monday and then Monday through to Friday, I was having basically just salads for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. People want to know, how did I do it? I exercised, I meditated, I started sleeping properly, and that was my diet for 3 months, 90 days. Just salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, essentially. And then Sunday, 7 liters of green drink, and then Sunday, 7 liters of green drink, and then repeat the whole process. I used to exercise every day. And then what I was doing is I was just flushing the shit out of my system and helping my body start to repair itself properly. And guess what? 3 months later, it went away. And I haven't done any surgery. I did a biopsy to figure out what type of cancer I had, but that was it. Now, guys, again, if you're sick or something like that, or you know someone's sick, go seek professional help. I'm just telling you my story. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but by understanding this, guys, guys, I went and took matters in my own hands. Like, I want to figure this out. And by understanding what was going on in my body, I could then start to change it. Okay. Now, guys, put it this way. You can't have a green drink in the morning and then have a big donut for breakfast, you know, a big, you know, coffee throughout the day, you know, a very high carb, you know, McDonald's for lunch, and then suddenly spaghetti bowl for dinner. and then suddenly say, oh, well, you know, I had my green drink, so that's good. Like, no, you got to start, as you can see, guys, right? What I try to do is I try to separate my day in the way that's going to help me with my life, help me still enjoy my life. So in the morning, it's the green drink, lemon water and green drink first in the morning on an empty stomach is phenomenal for your system. Then the green tea and green tea and lemon and ginger, which is again amazing for your system. Then the big green salad and all that sort of stuff, right? And then I have I make sure in the afternoon I have about 1.5 liters of alkaline water. I just buy it from the shops, alkaline water. And then at nighttime, guys, if I want to enjoy myself, that's what I can, because I've been balancing it out with my system. So if I have, and I do sometimes on the weekend, which I'm probably going to do this weekend, I'm going to buy a large pizza. I'm going to probably, buy some ice cream, maybe a couple of packets of chocolates, and sit down and watch a good movie. And I'm going to eat the whole lot. I mean, eat the whole lot, eat the whole pizza, eat probably a couple of packets of chocolates. Now, I'm not talking about like massive packets, just the small packets of maybe M&Ms or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, or some cherry ripe or stuff like that. Both, by the way, they're probably cherry ripe's my favorite chocolate. And then, as I said before, and then I'll have some ice cream. And it's like, and I'll do that once or twice a week. And even still to this day, right? Like at nighttime for dinner, like last night, I had spaghetti bolognese for dinner. But I did everything I was telling you before. The night before, I had all sushi. Had sushi for dinner. But throughout the day, as you can see, guys, throughout the day, I'm trying to do whatever I can to keep my energy level up. And then at nighttime or whenever I want to enjoy it, I'm balancing it out. What am I doing? I'm trying to keep my body in an alkaline environment while still enjoying myself. And that's, guys, that there is what it's all about when it comes to this sort of stuff, when it comes to your cancer. And most people don't understand this. Like, I'm not joking, guys. I am not joking. I remember seeing my ex-girlfriend, and God love her soul. I still love her to death to this day. And I remember when I first started seeing her, I'm not joking, guys. I am absolutely not joking. When I first started dating her, she was, her face looked really, really run down. And she used to have to take a puffer, right? Because a lot of things I think some, things were happening, in there. She used to take the puffer because sometimes she had problems breathing. Right. And so when she did that, I then started, when I first started dating her, the first month I started putting her on a very, very, very simple diet, which basically means I started getting her taking some green tablets and stuff like that throughout the day. First thing in the morning, green drink and a couple of green caps and stuff like that to get her started. And then throughout the day, she just took a couple of more tablets throughout the day, which is basically green caps. And guess what? I'm not joking. Within, say, 30 to 60 days, she didn't have to take the puffer anymore. And that was 4.5 years ago. Over 4.5 years ago. And now guess what? She still hasn't had to take her puffer ever since. But before that, she had to take it all the time. Guys, and this is where, like, with my mate who had high blood pressure, with my mate who's recently had high blood pressure, and it's just his own fault. He doesn't do anything for his health. And he said, mate, I need some help. I'm just like, okay. So I said to him this, I said, okay, your job and your goal is to have 4 liters of lemon water throughout the day. That's all I want you to do to start that. As soon as you wake up, have half a liter of water and squeeze a whole lemon in that. Maybe even 2 lemons if you want to, and drink that. That's how you're going to start your day. And then throughout the day, I want you to drink another 3.5 liters of lemon water. And that's all I want you to do. And I guarantee you do that for 30 days, and that alone, without doing anything else, will start to transform your life. You'll start to lose weight. You will start to feel better about yourself. Now, why do we... I remember one of my private coaching clients last year. I'm not sure. No, John's not in the room. But one of my private coaching clients, he was like, I don't know, 400 pounds or something. And I'm not joking, guys. Over the space of maybe 6 months, just by doing that, actually, I put him on 7 liters every day, 7 liters of lemon water every day. And in 6 months, without any exercise, he lost something like 60 pounds. Now, why is that? Why is that? Because the lemon in the water, especially first thing in the morning. Oh, John. Oh, there you go. So, John, you can tell the story, right, based on the lemon water. But the thing is like, why did he lose the weight? Was because one people don't realize is that what people don't realize is when you drink the lemon water, it's an actually alkaline effect for your body. So what it does, it actually starts to flush all the toxins out of your body, which is actually stored in your fat cells to keep you to keep you alive, basically. And then guess what? And then that's how you start to lose weight. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Now, Bernard, yes, Bernard, you are right there. But did I, John, did I put you on 7 liters a day? Is that what I put you on last year? It's try to do lemon and lime if you're going to do that lean. But that's the thing is that 2 gallons. How much is that? How much is that in liters? How many gallons to a liter? So, yeah. But the thing is, guys, you've got to be consistent at it throughout the week. Just go whole plate. Yeah, you can do that, but for people like me, I can't do that because I like to enjoy myself. I like my pizza. 7 liters. Okay, yeah, it is 7 liters, right? I can't do that. I like to enjoy myself. If I'm going to go out, sometimes I like to have McDonald's. I like to have KFC. I like to have that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, I like to have some ice cream with my kids and pizza and all that sort of stuff. I love that food. I'm not going to deprive myself from it. But all this other stuff I'm telling you about. Oh, okay. Okay, fantastic. So, guys, people don't realize there's something as simple as that. And that's where, like I said to my mate, I said, listen, just start to drink lemon water. People don't realize just the power of just doing that. Oh, but it's sour, John. Really? Really? Oh, I don't like the taste of lemon water. Guys, I'm telling you right now, is that when I first started, when I first had my cancer and I was taking the green drink, right now there's a lot of green drinks out there that's got a lot of stuff in it to make it taste a lot better. But when I was out there, it was just pure greens. There was no fillers. There was no stuff, added sort of stuff to make it taste good. And I'm not joking, guys. When I said when I was removing the cancer, I had 7 liters of green drink on a Saturday and 7 liters of green drink on a Sunday, and I did that for 3 days for 3 months. And I even took the green drink throughout the day on Monday through to Friday, but it was 7 liters. John, I think that's the reason why I got the 7 liters from, because that's what I did. That's what I did for me. But anyway, guys, what I was saying was that every time I drank the green drink, I had to drink a liter at one time. At one time. Why? Because the green drink was so disgusting that every single time I drank the green drink, I wanted to throw up. It tasted so bad. But guess what? Monday through to Friday, I probably had maybe 2 or 3 liters of green drink, throughout the day with the salads. And then on Saturday, Sunday, it was a complete just demolish of all these greens in my body. And it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But as I said before, guys, like, I didn't like the green drink either. I didn't like the green drink either, but I did it. I still don't necessarily, I still don't like the green drink that I take. It's not 100%. And that's what it's about, guys. Guys, if you want to enjoy yourself, to balance it out throughout the day, that's all I'm saying. A lot of people are so one way. Like, I used to be like that as well too, like about the alkalinity diet. Like, you've got to be you got to especially people on, you know, so yeah, so I'm not here to tell you what to do, guys. I'm here to add, you know, if you want to enjoy yourself, just this is just stuff, guys, you can do in your life to balance it out a lot more. That's all. This is stuff you can do in your life to balance it out just a lot more and start to feel a lot more healthier in yourself. And that's what it's all about. But unfortunately, guys, it does take a commitment to do that. Now, guys, I link so much pain to what I did before and so much pleasure that because I've been doing this for so long, guys, it's natural. It's natural for me to take a green drink of lemon water. It's natural for me to have a green tea, you know. Like, John, you can testify to this, man, you know, like even last year with the live trading, you know what I mean? Like every morning, what would I have? My green tea, you know? It was just like, and because I've been doing it for so long, it's just part of me now. And I create that morning ritual to have a good day. And then at nighttime, I join, rock out with my socks out. So my recipe, guys, is I just go down to the shops and buy greens. I don't actually make my green drink. I just buy greens. That's already got the wheatgrass and the barley grass and all that sort of stuff in it. And then I just drink that. It's nothing. You don't have to. It's nothing special, guys. But as I said before, if you take one green drink in the morning and then the rest of your day is shit, you're not taking any greens. There's no broccoli in your diet. There's no salads in your diet. Then your diet is still 90% shit, 10% good. You need to balance it out. Try at least 60-40, where 60% is good with some green salads and so on and so forth. And then the rest is, rock out with with your socks out, just like I do. Kale, yeah, any greens. But what it's all about, guys, is creating a ritual for yourself. A routine. As you guys can see, as I said before, like right now it's 10:30 my time AM. So about half an hour, I'm gonna go to my kitchen and I'm gonna cook up some scrambled eggs, 4 whole eggs, cup of egg whites. And then I'm going to make that salad, a whole bag of spinach, a garden salad, which has tomatoes and all that sort of stuff in there as well too. A bit of cheese as well too, which is great. And also an Asian salad, which has got carrots in it and all this other down home. It's a massive, massive salad. And with that, guys, I just know that I'm doing the right thing. And then as I get into the afternoon, then, then I start to do whatever I want to do. So it's just, yeah, it's just really, 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 really interesting. Lymphatic, yeah. Lymphatic, true. So, oh, no problem. No eggs has no eggs. One egg has more saturated fat than the FDA says is safe. So no eggs. Okay, Dimitri, if that's what you say, but I've been having eggs every single day for a long, long, long time. And I'll tell you right now, man, I'm healthier than the majority of the people out there on this planet right now. So it's not the eggs that you have to be worried about. It's everything else that you take about. Oh, I can't have an egg because of the saturated fat. Well, let's go to McDonald's. Are you fucking kidding me now? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, oh, eggs. So it's not the saturated fat you have to be worried about. You know what I mean? It's like, the proof's in the pudding, guys. It really is. You got to question everything. As I said before, I have eggs every day. I have 4 whole eggs every single day without fail. No, 90% of the days. So it's not really the eggs you have to worry about. It's all the other stuff you have to worry about. And I'm proof, like, okay, if that was so bad, then I should be doing really, really bad with my health right now. It's not, guys. It's not. But the thing is, guys, you got to remember, guys, like too, like I exercise and I do all this sort of stuff as well too in the morning. I fasted, and then suddenly, you know, a few hours later, then that's when I have the eggs as well too. So my body is like really, really, really looking forward to the fats and all that sort of stuff as well too. So, oh yeah, Drew, yeah, I actually put my eggs in the refrigerator. I do that as well. So guys, the whole point of me, again, I didn't realize this was going to turn into a health session, but here we go. The whole point, guys, is that you got to set yourself up with a routine that's going to benefit your life in all areas. For you to be able to enjoy life on the weekends if you want to, enjoy it at nighttime. You know, if you like those meals, which I do, which is like, you know, spaghetti bolognese and pizza and sushi and all that sort of stuff, you've got to balance it out. And it's just creating a routine. And what works for me, guys, is I know I'm a night relaxing guy. Morning through to the afternoon, I want to make sure my energy level's up and all that sort of stuff. So I'm gung ho. And so I create a routine and a ritual around that by drinking a lot of water and all that sort of stuff. And then in the afternoon and then at nighttime, I'm also enjoying. But guess what? Even on the weekends, guys, I'm still having my eggs and salad. You know, maybe once in a while I won't have that because there's nothing in the fridge. Like I didn't get any salads from the shops, but most of the time, even during the day, right, even on the weekends, I will still have that. So at nighttime, if I want to stop past McDonald's and grab a Big Mac, guess what? I'm going to do that. Actually, I don't like Big Macs. I normally like their wraps. But you see what I'm saying there, guys? It's like, it's the balancing out of that. It really, really, really is. It's the balancing out of that. And that's what it's all about, guys. It really, really, really is that. And you've just got to, and I set up a ritual so I can do that. But guys, also remember also too, guys, that I exercise pretty much most mornings as well too on an empty stomach. So me sweating as well too, me exercising on an empty stomach, that's so good for my lymphatic system. It's so good that if I did have any, you know, if my body was in a short-term acidic phase, that when I'm sweating and doing cardio in the morning, that's also releasing the toxins and all that sort of stuff, guys. So I do that as well too, which does help with removing toxins from my body. And it's just a routine, so I can balance it out. And then if I want to enjoy myself watching a movie or whatever, then I can. And it's not going to affect me that much because 70% of the time I'm doing all this sort of stuff I'm telling you about, the green drinks with lemon water, the green tea with lemon and ginger in it. You know, I'm exercising on an empty stomach, which is helping the lymphatic system and all that sort of stuff. I'm doing a little bit of fasting as well too, or a little bit. I probably fast 15, 16 hours a day. You know, my very first meal is some eggs and some protein, which is good for the body. You know, that is an alkaline. That is eggs and protein like that the eggs are acidic for the body, yes, but by doing that and then having a large salad with it, it just counteracts that. But I love my eggs. I love my eggs. So anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I think I'm going to go start to make some eggs. I'm getting hungry now, guys. So anyway, guys, that's it for me today. If you did enjoy this session, give it a thumbs up. And once again, guys, if you haven't done so yet, you can grab all private coaching or anything like that. You can grab all that sort of stuff. Bam, all through there as well too. So anyway, guys, thank you for today's session. Today was actually a really, really good session. Actually, what is that? And then also, if you want to book a coaching call with me, there's the details there, guys. So, guys, I really enjoyed today's session. A lot of stuff about trading, what's going on in the markets right now, but then also, you know, you guys actually got to see. I didn't realize that was actually going to be today, but you now got to see a lot more behind the scenes of who I am as a person, you know, and what I'm going through or what I've gone through and so on and so forth. A bit more about me as a person and what I do behind the scenes. So I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.